Imagine spending over $2 million a year to hack your own body, chasing the elusive dream of eternal youth. Some call it genius, others call it an obsession. But one thing's for sure, Brian Johnson, the tech entrepreneur turned anti-aging pioneer, is on a mission to rewrite the limits of human lifespan. Welcome back to Expose Unlimited, where we dive deep into the most mind-bending stories in health, wellness, and celebrity breakthroughs. Today, we're unpacking a story that reads like science fiction. The man who's committed a staggering $2 million to live forever. Now, you might have heard rumors about celebrities dabbling in cryotherapy, DNA editing, or mysterious supplement stacks. But Brian Johnson takes this to a whole new level. With a fleet of doctors, scientists, and cutting-edge tests at his disposal, he's determined to roll back his biological clock. And he's got the data to prove it. Or so his team suggests. But is any of this actually working? Could his hyper-structured regimen truly make him younger inside and out? Or is this just another headline-grabbing spectacle that's impossible for the average person to replicate? By the end of this video, we'll explore the evidence, the controversies, and whether Johnson's quest for eternal youth might be paving the way for radical changes in human health. For those who don't know, Brian Johnson isn't just some random wellness influencer. He made his fortune as a tech entrepreneur, founding companies like Braintree and Kernel, amassing significant wealth. Eventually, he turned his sights to tackling a profound question. Is it possible to halt or even reverse the aging process? According to publicly available reports, Johnson invests up to $2 million annually on what he calls his Blueprint project, a rigorous daily routine that's meticulously tracked. From specialized workouts and tightly regulated calorie intake, to advanced medical screenings and supplements that may support cellular health, Johnson's approach leaves no stone unturned. Why $2 million? Because running this level of continuous testing, monthly body MRIs, blood tests, MRIs of organs, immune system analyses, gut biome analyses, doesn't come cheap. Each test feeds into a trove of data that Johnson's medical team uses to tweak every facet of his life, from the time he goes to bed to the number of chews per meal. But here's the kicker. Is all that money actually buying more time on Earth? Or is it just fueling a wildly expensive science experiment? Let's talk about what mainstream science says. While no consensus exists on the exact formula for reversing aging, many researchers agree that factors like diet, exercise, sleep, and stress management are critical in extending health span. According to studies published in journals like Nature and Cell, calorie restriction may influence longevity markers in animals. Similarly, consistent cardiovascular and resistance training might improve metabolic health and reduce risks for age-related diseases. Brian Johnson's routine reportedly includes a 1,977-calorie vegan diet, early bedtime, and a range of supplements that may aid in cellular repair. Some sources mention compounds like NMN, nicotinamide mononucleotide, resveratrol, vitamin D, and others that have been studied for their potential effects on aging in lab settings. But keep in mind, much of the research is still in early stages or animal-based. Human results can and do vary widely. Here's where things get spicy. Johnson claims that he's already achieved the biomarkers of someone much younger. In various interviews, he's shown data indicating that his epigenetic age, or biological age, might be years younger than his chronological age. Skeptics counter-argue that biological age testing can be inconsistent or incomplete, and that if you test frequently, you might see fluctuations. Still, Johnson points to metrics like reduced inflammation markers, improved cardiovascular fitness, and improved organ function as signs his experiment is working. Could this be the roadmap to a new wave of longevity science? Or just a personalized approach that works for one wealthy individual? That's the $1 million, or rather $2 million question. In just a moment, we'll uncover the intense daily routine that some experts believe may be the key to Johnson's reported biological age drop. But there's a catch, one that might leave you wondering if the trade-offs are worth it. Stay tuned. Brian Johnson starts his day at around 5 a.m. with a slew of supplements meticulously measured after a workout designed around data-driven insights, often including a combination of high-intensity interval training and resistance exercises. He'll have a pre-planned meal, typically low in sugar and high in nutrient-dense vegetables. His nights? He's in bed early, aiming for an optimal 7 or more hours of sleep, a critical window for cellular repair. By the time most of us hit the snooze button, Johnson has already logged reams of data on his sleep quality, heart rate variability, and oxygen levels. A typical day might also involve wearing continuous glucose monitors to maintain stable blood sugar and reduce metabolic stress. While some people might see a structured schedule as ideal, the real question becomes, can the average person replicate this? Johnson's approach is personalized by a team of doctors, guided by thousands of data points. It's far beyond your typical 30 minutes of cardio in a salad. As you might imagine, not everyone is on board the Brian Johnson train. Critics argue that this extreme pursuit of longevity could be a form of elitist wellness, accessible only to those with significant resources. Others highlight that while some biomarkers may look great on paper, long-term studies on these interventions simply don't exist yet. In other words, we won't fully know if this approach truly extends lifespan or merely improves short-term health until enough time has passed. There's also the psychological toll to consider. Living under such meticulous control, counting every calorie, analyzing every minute of sleep, scheduling daily activities down to the microsecond, could be taxing. One might ask, is the quest for more years worth losing spontaneity and joy? Johnson, however, often states he's never been happier, framing it as a purposeful mission to explore what's possible for human health. Meanwhile, ethicists debate the broader implications. If breakthroughs in anti-aging science do emerge from experiments like Johnson's, will they be shared or commercialized? And who truly benefits when turning your body into a data-driven project? Let's step back and look at the science again. Aging is often described as the accumulation of damage at the cellular level. DNA damage, epigenetic changes, telomere shortening, and so forth. Certain nutritional strategies like intermittent fasting, supplements like rapamycin, NMN, or metformin, and lifestyle interventions, exercise, good sleep, are being researched for their potential role in slowing these processes. However, experts stress that results vary by individual genetics, environment, and other factors. One 2022 study in Nature Aging suggested that interventions targeting the epigenome could potentially reverse some age-related markers in mice. But translating that to humans is a massive leap. If Johnson's personal results suggest some success, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a universal solution, nor does it mean those results can't be contested. That said, many researchers see value in N-of-1 experiments, where a single individual collects exhaustive data over time. It can spark new hypotheses and highlight correlations that large-scale clinical trials might explore in the future. For Johnson's part, he's spoken publicly about wanting to share his findings to accelerate longevity research. Whether or not that leads to universal breakthroughs remains to be seen. Coming up, the unexpected complications that Johnson has reportedly encountered, and why even the best data in the world can't predict everything. Brace yourself because the next twist might shake your faith in perfect planning. Word on the street is that Johnson has had to modify his routine more than once. Early in his experiment, he reportedly lost too much body fat, raising concerns about hormone levels and overall well-being. His doctors then adjusted his regimen, adding more calories to maintain a healthier percentage. This highlights a key truth of such extreme pursuits. The human body is dynamic, and pushing it to any extreme can come with unforeseen risks. Even with a massive budget and a team of professionals, achieving perfect numbers across all health markers is nearly impossible. Some experts argue that the body might adapt in ways that negate or reduce the benefits of certain interventions over time. It's a constant balancing act, one that demands near infinite resources and personal discipline. Social media reactions range from awe to skepticism to outright mockery. Some see Johnson as a visionary pioneer who's taking the brunt of the risk to unlock breakthroughs that could benefit humanity. Others see him as a wealthy individual stuck in a high-tech, midlife crisis, chasing an impossible dream. But here's a thought. Even if Johnson never truly achieves radical life extension, the optimization of everyday health could be a significant byproduct. By rigorously tracking and improving baseline health markers, he might reduce risks of common age-related diseases. That alone could add quality years, not necessarily making him a 200-year-old cyborg, but perhaps a healthier 80-year-old someday. And for some, that's a worthy pursuit. Let's consider the bigger picture. If Johnson's methods yield actionable data, like which supplements might be most beneficial for specific genetic profiles, or how certain diets impact long-term inflammation, this could guide future scientific inquiries. Some researchers believe these personalized biohacks might eventually become mainstream, just as once expensive tech, like smartphones, eventually became affordable. In a best-case scenario, these interventions become safe, well understood, and cost-effective, extending not just lifespan, but health span, the number of years one lives without debilitating disease. In a worst-case scenario, these ideas remain only for the elite, or they fail to produce meaningful outcomes. Either way, Johnson's experiment has catapulted the conversation around longevity into the public eye. At the end of the day, what does Brian Johnson's experiment really teach us? One lesson is how incredibly complex aging is. If even a $2 million a year plan can't guarantee immortality, it underscores that there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Another lesson is the growing possibility that within our lifetimes, we may see treatments or protocols that can meaningfully extend human health. Johnson's efforts might be early stepping stones, but it's vital to remember that he's taking an experimental path, not a validated FDA-approved protocol. Whether you view him as a visionary, a mad scientist, or something in between, there's no denying his work is sparking much-needed dialogue about longevity research. So, what do you think? Is Brian Johnson blazing a new trail for humanity? Or is his massive investment just a moonshot that few can replicate? Have you heard of other biohackers pushing similar boundaries? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of anti-aging experimentation, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll continue bringing you the most compelling stories in health, wellness, and beyond.